back to my channel. My name is Darcy, and today I'm going to be doing a first trimester pregnancy recap. Now, I am currently 21 weeks pregnant, so I am way out of the first trimester, but I just announced to social media, so I thought, oh, why not share my experience on YouTube, because I know when I was in my first trimester, I was YouTubing a lot of people's pregnancies and watching people's first trimester, hoping that it would make myself feel better while I was in the first trimester. So we were trying to conceive, so I did have a sign that I was going to be pregnant. I found out 8 days post-ovulation. So I was tracking, we were testing, and that is how I knew that I was pregnant, was simply by just testing. Had I not tested, I probably wouldn't have known I was pregnant. But I already suffer with anxiety, so once I found out I was pregnant, I don't know if it was in my head or if I could actually feel it, but like I could feel my body temperature rising a little, and I could feel like more blood starting to flow through my body. I don't know if that makes sense or if I even felt it or if it was just my anxiety, but I felt that from week 3 to 5. My anxiety was a little bit higher because I'm like, my body is starting to feel a little different, but I don't know if it was just because I knew I was pregnant. And then I've always heard like, oh, wait until week 6. That's when you'll know you're pregnant. Week 6 hit. I literally, like, being honest, didn't even know if I wanted to be pregnant anymore. It was the worst week of my entire life. I had the worst nausea, the worst morning sickness. I was throwing up from week 6 to 7 at least 8 times a day. I thankfully did not have to go to the emergency room. I was tracking my urine to like see the color and make sure I wasn't like super dehydrated. I was able to keep some liquid down. I would have like frozen Gatorade, ice, but I was literally puking every day, and I would cry because I was so frustrated, and it's so like belittling because you wake up, you know you have to go through it, and then you know you're gonna go to bed just to wake up and do it all over again. So from week 6 to 7, I was throwing up constantly, nausea, food aversions, no food sounded good. It was basically just those 3 things. I was sleeping at 6 p.m. at night, going to bed at 6 o'clock, sleeping in until 7:30ish in the morning, and I would lay in bed all day. Then from week 7 to 8, it got a little better. I was puking probably like around 4 times a day. So got a little better, was still nauseous, still had food aversions, couldn't eat, still tired, sleeping 13 hours a day, laying in bed all day. I was so scared for week 9 because if you Google or see anywhere, that's like the worst week of the first trimester, week 9. But I think I peaked super early, and I had my doctor appointment during week 8, and they told me that if it was getting better, it should continue to get better. So that was the hope I was hanging on to. So week 9, I was only throwing up like 2 times a day, and my nausea was mostly at night. So thankfully, my week 9 wasn't as bad as my week 6, and it was getting better. Week 10 through 11, I was throwing up like one time, once before bed at like 5:30 every night. It would hit. Still had food aversions, could barely eat, still nauseous, all of that, nothing new. But it was starting to get better, and I lost 10 pounds throughout all that. So before, I would be in the gym 6 times a week. First trimester, didn't leave my bed, didn't work, didn't eat, did nothing, literally nothing but sleep and cry and wish it was over. And I was like, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this, because some people have it the whole pregnancy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what if that's me? Like, I don't know if I can do it. I really don't. But then week 12 came along and it started to get better. I was still nauseous, still had food aversions, but I was not throwing up. Thank goodness. This was around Christmas, I think. So luckily it stopped then, and then if you count week 13, it still was just nauseous but not puking. Throwing up went away, thank goodness. And now, fingers crossed, we're smooth sailing from there. So the only first trimester, not only, I basically had every symptom you could possibly think of for the first trimester. And I'm so thankful it's over with, because when I was going through that, I literally thought, I don't ever want to have a kid again. I've always wanted a boy first, but then I was pregnant and so sick, and I'm like, I hope it's a girl, because I really don't ever want to go through this again. Like, it was the worst thing I think I went through in my whole life. Just because it just sucks knowing you have to wake up and do it all over again. But it does pass. I'm so grateful. So if you're in your first trimester and you're going through the trenches right now, it will get better, hopefully. I can't promise you, because some people's it doesn't. But thankfully for me, it did. I don't think there's anything else that I really missed. My throat's dry. This is water. I don't like coffee. Oh, I found out the gender at 6 weeks. I did a sneak peek blood test, because this was before, what's it called? The Black Friday shopping. And I'm like, okay, I want to know what I'm having so I can Black Friday shop. So I did a sneak peek on my birthday, and I found out the next day that it was a boy. I took that exactly at 6 weeks, and I don't know how, it was accurate. Got my NIP testing done during week 10. That confirmed it was a boy and had no chromosomal abnormalities, so I'm so thankful. I will do a second trimester recap at the end of the second trimester this time, not way in my third. So I think that's in a month and a half. The time is going slow, yet fast, because I'm already over halfway there, thank goodness. So again, thank you for listening. I hope you have a good day, and if you're pregnant, I hope your pregnancy is going well and it continues to go well. Bye.